Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pwny Montana. I don't know why I said my name like that, but it's your boy Pwny Montana, and in this video, we are going to be going over how to score in the end zone every single time, frustrating your opponents almost every single time. Now, today we're not going to be going over a play specifically. We're more so going to be going over a specific ability that a lot of people need to start utilizing in Madden 22. If you guys are still playing the game, this is probably going to transfer over to the next Madden as well. And a lot of us are able to move the ball downfield, but once we get into the red zone, it gets a little hectic. It gets a little harder to actually score. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, follow me on Twitch. Everything is in the description below. Also, if you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comment section. If you guys want me to look for something, leave it down in the comment section. I look at every single comment, so by all means, leave it down in the comment section, and if I can find something that can help, that'll be cool. Now, the ability that I am referring to in Madden 22 is red zone threat. Now, why red zone threat? Because red zone threat is improved catching versus single coverage in the red zone. Now, what this does is it pretty much makes it so you get very good aggressive catch animations when you are in single coverage in Madden 22. Now, one thing that a lot of people are getting confused about when it comes to this specific ability is where and when you can actually run this. Now, the red zone, you have to be within the 20-yard mark for this to actually work. So for this little example here, look at Kyle Pitts, who in regs actually has this. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put everybody in a spy. So Kyle Pitts is going to end up being manned up by McLeod Jr. And we're going to be outside the 20. Now, what I want you to do is look underneath his name, because he's not going to light up. You see how he doesn't light up underneath that? The star underneath his name doesn't light up. Rewind it, slow it down, whatever you need to do, but it doesn't light up. And that is because we're at the 21-yard line. Now, we're going to take the ball and we're going to move up a few yards. We're going to move it to about the 18-yard line, which makes us in between the 20-yard mark. And again, we're going to take our defense and we're not going to blitz anybody. And we're going to put them in a one-on-one situation. So everybody, no one's blitzing. And we got McLeod. And I'm also going to move McLeod inside. I'm going to shade inside. I'm going to do whatever we have to do to get him in that one-on-one situation. Now, he's in that one-on-one situation, but you see he lights up. Now, granted, he just out-routed him completely in that specific play. He just completely burnt him in that play specifically. Now, red zone threat, it's supposed to only improve catching, but it also does seem like it helps on actual route running when you're in the red zone, which means that this is going to help anybody who is struggling to score in the red zone. Now, that time we actually weren't in a one-on-one situation. Not a one-on-one, but we're not in the actual red zone. Now, one of the things that people got confused about is they thought that they could take a pass and back them all the way up and put somebody on a streak. I'm just going to put Kyle Pitts in a streak. They thought they could take their Kyle Pitts or whoever they have red zone threat on, put them on a streak, and if you see him in single coverage, that they're going to be able to sit there and ag them. Now, I think he just burnt them here, but as you can see, we're not able to get any type of animation there, and McLeod just knocks the ball right out of our hands. So I'm going to call timeout, and I'm going to call a very, you know what? I'm just going to call any play that has like a play action where I could just throw it right to the tight end real quick, just to showcase how dangerous something like this can be. I personally run with 2 red zone threats right now instead of running with escape artists, and it's very frustrating to move the ball for anybody who is playing me. So I'm going to move up, and I'm going to go ahead and be right here because this seems like a sweet spot for a lot of people that are struggling to actually score. And all we're going to do is pretty much highball it to our tight end because he has the ability, and we should get a catch animation every single time. As you can see, he's right there, and you see the animation that we get. That is what red zone threat does. Yes, this is more of an informative video than an actual something that you guys can actually use. But as you can see, he just snatches it right out of the air, and he's able to come down with it. And this is going to be like a Now, granted, they can intercept it if you're throwing it, you know, if you're throwing a bad pass, you know, that's just with anything when it comes to Madden. But typically, if they're in the red zone, now that time that wasn't single coverage. Technically, he had 3 people on him, and that's why I actually, and let me just blitz this guy. Let me just blitz this guy too, because we only want to throw to Kyle Pitts. Now again, another ag animation. Now this happens a lot because some people like to blitz when they're in the end zone. It gets very, very frustrating for whoever you're playing. But for those of you guys who are struggling to get in the end zone, a lot of the time, this is all you need to do. One more time, get the ag. You cannot stop it. The only way that you can stop it is if you're sitting there and you're sending everybody out on a route, and you're putting extra people on the person who has that red zone threat. But at that point, you're going to have all day and you're going to be able to find another open man. This makes it so they have to double whoever has red zone threat on your field. Now, I've never tried this yet. I haven't tried this year, but I'm curious if a simple curl flat is going to be able to work in this situation as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to blitz this guy and this guy, because, you know, we want the extra pressure. So the curl, high ball, nah. Again, we want them to get into that animation. So if you have a modicum of space, you're going to be able to take that ball and high ball it and go absolutely crazy. Now, I did hop into a specific playbook for a specific reason, because earlier on in the year, I posted a video on the best red zone play in the game. Now, what makes this so special? I'm going to call this Bills wide post here. Now, what makes red zone so special is you don't need that tight end to be in that specific spot. You can put him in a wide receiver spot. You can have a wide receiver with red zone threat. It doesn't matter who you have there, as long as they have red zone threat. You're going to be able to ag anybody in the game. Now, I'm just going to call random zones here. Like, let's just call it cover 2, and this play should work. And we're gonna go ahead, and you see how he lights up. It doesn't matter what they have on the defensive side of the ball. Your player is going to light up every single time that he has that. Now this time it's a little bit different because he's wide open. So, but we're pairing literally one of the craziest coverage beaters in the red zone with red zone threat. I run this with 2 people. I have Evan Ingram and I have Vernon Davis, both of them with red zone threat. And I put Evan Ingram here, and I have 1 AP route tech red zone threat Vernon Davis here. So once he crosses over, I'm highballing this. Once he looks like he's getting open or in a one-on-one situation, I'm highballing this. It just makes Madden so much easier for those of you guys who are struggling to get into the red zone. Now this time he's just getting the wide open animation every single time, which makes it easier on us because we are running an OP man coverage beater. But as you can see, something like that where he was in a one-on-one situation doesn't get caught unless you have the ability red zone. Now, for those of you guys who don't know how to how to highball, you simply hold L1 when you're throwing, and you'll see that it says high pass like underneath the ball when you throw it. But it'll say high pass, and you're going to be able to pretty much ag whoever it is that comes onto the field. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. Hopefully this video helps you guys that are struggling to get into the red zone. Now, again, another animation, and that's how I'm going to end it. I'm going to show that replay right there, because this is as good as it gets. You're going to highball pretty much every single time, and it's going to lead to animations where your tight end or your receiver, because this does work with wide receivers or running backs, whoever it is, they're going to try to catch it at the highest point. Now, Kyle Pitts is what, 6'5", 6'6", or some crazy thing like that, which means his highest point is going to be absolutely ridiculous, and usually they will knock this ball out. But with red zone threat, they can't knock it out. So we fall down, we're there for the touchdown, and your life is much easier. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. My name is Pwny Montana. If you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.